Welcome back to the channel, everybody. I'm back making another video, and in today's video we are going to talk about how Grow a Garden broke multiple world records, not just on Roblox, across all games, getting over 20 million active concurrent players all at once. And we're going to be talking about not just how they did it, but why it appeals to so many people. What actually makes this game so popular? How did they do it? And why do people actually like playing it? Because I get so many comments or just random people messaging me, how is that game fun? How does it have so many players? It doesn't even look fun. It looks like there's nothing to do. So for the people that just don't understand why and they want to know how this game is the most popular game ever, I'm about to tell you how and why. So I got a pretty good list here in no particular order, but I got a lot of different reasons why this game is so big and why so many people play it. So the very first thing is there's no need to spend money at all. And one of the biggest things about this game is that there's so many other smaller countries playing this game. Like, this game is super viral in tons of smaller countries where the average player doesn't just have a ton of Robux like a lot of the players in America or in Europe. So it literally appeals to almost the entire world just for the reason that you don't really need to spend money. There aren't the usual 15-20 game passes like most simulator games on Roblox the past 5 years. You can spend money on stuff, but you can also just get these upgrades for free. Even the limited time summer seed pack, all of these different seeds you can get for free just by playing. You can get seed packs that are just a little bit less chance to get the best stuff from the free seed packs regularly all day just from playing the game. And for the second reason, it's also just really simple and easy to play for everyone. So combined with the fact that you don't have to spend money, it's also just super easy and simple. It's not a super complicated game by any means. But as you play it more and more, there's tons and tons of cool collectibles, really rare stuff, which is one of the reasons I will get into later. But as you play it, there's more and more to it, which I will list in all of these other reasons. So for reason number 3, it appeals to everyone. And I know that sounds like the second reason, where it's simple and easy to play for everyone, but just because everyone can understand it doesn't mean they want to play it. But this game actually does appeal to a huge audience. It's totally different than games like fighting games or dungeon games or player versus player games where you fight together with swords and abilities. A lot of people that play games like that are wondering how a game that's so simple and boring in their minds could be so popular, but they don't realize that the people that like those super fast-paced competitive fighting games, those are just a small percentage of the population. So I could use tons of other examples, like the regular simulator games where it's just like sweaty players that are grinding trades all day and running a bunch of accounts hatching eggs. Like, the regular person day to day that would consider playing a game for fun every once in a while as a hobby, they're not going to play a game like that. This is the type of game your grandma would play if you showed it to her. Grandmas play games like the little Animal Crossing game on DS and stuff, like really simple little pet games. You know, you collect little pets in this game and you grow some fruits and you sell it, and it's super simple and it actually appeals to everyone. Like, I even showed my wife this game. She doesn't play games, but she played this game for a little while with me when she's had absolutely no interest in a lot of the other games that I play, like Pet Simulator or Bubblegum Simulator, or, you know, a lot of people watching this video might not even understand all the examples of games that I'm giving, because a lot of people watching this video are people that don't usually play those types of games. So coming to reason number 4 is the community is really nice, which kind of ties into the third reason. It's because there's such a wide variety of players. It's not just like sweaty, toxic players like you would stereotypically think of on some other types of games, like a trading game where you just hatch eggs and try to get as rich as possible. It's a lot of sweaty, toxic players being rude to each other, trying to get the best trades. Like, this game, people are so nice to each other, they'll just walk up to you and be like, hey, you're new, do you want some plants? Do you want a free pet or two since you don't have any pets in your garden? People literally just walk up to you and they're nice. Like, a nice community actually helps a game way more than people think. The average player that's just joining in doesn't want to just be told, go away, noob, leave me alone. Like, people in this game are so nice to each other, like, hey, you need anything? And that actually makes people want to come back. Maybe you watching this video don't think so, but you aren't just some random little kid getting on the game for the first time. There's so many people all around the world coming to this game for so many different reasons, and the community being really nice is definitely one of them. So for reason number 5 is that the game is really easy. Like, you just get better and better. You don't really win. There isn't some end goal where you just stop playing and you don't want to play anymore, but you also don't really lose. You just keep getting more rich, keep checking out the seed shop and doing the events, trying to get higher tier plants, and you just try to get more and more of them and get the really cool mutations and get all of the best pets, the most limited pets. And then you want to get really rare, cool collectible stuff. Like, you can get really lucky and a pet can be super big. You can also do the same thing with a lot of plants. If you get really lucky, you can get like a super big tree way up in the sky. Like, there's a lot of really cool things that you start discovering later on, but you don't need those things to win or whatever. It's just a bunch of cool stuff that you keep working towards, and it's so easy to just keep getting better and better that the game is just honestly pretty fun and addicting. And then for the 6th reason, we have the events, the updates, the limited items, the limited plants and pets, and the fact that people can trade each other for them. This game has a lot of new content every single week. They have a bunch of new plants and new pets and events and mutations and cosmetics and new upgrades so that you can get more cosmetics upgrades to expand your base, and then you have to reorganize and plant more stuff. They have constant events and all the limited items and cool stuff people really want to get. And then for the 7th reason, I kind of already touched on this a few times, but all of the super rare stuff. People want to keep playing more and more and more until they can eventually trade up to have like a really rare pet or like a really huge pet. These are worth a lot more than the small versions of a pet. There's a lot of really cool rare stuff that people want to get. They want to get all the mutations on one of their best plants. They want to get a super huge plant that's like hundreds of feet tall. And if you get enough seeds, eventually you'll get super rare and get a monster plant. There's just so many different rare things that keeps people coming back. And then for number 8, some people see this as a pretty negative thing, but it's the shop restocks. They do this with every single shop in the game. You got the seed shop where it restocks every 5 minutes, and the really rare seeds usually are not in stock. So you want to be going back and checking all the time to see if there's something better in the seed shop. Same thing with the eggs. The eggs refresh like every 45 minutes or every hour. So if you want to get a really rare egg, such as a mythical egg, which I already bought right before I started the recording, you have to wait until a really rare egg is in the pet egg shop. Same thing with gear. You need lots of these different gears. Like, if you want to get a super huge fruit or have the best chance of getting a super huge fruit, like, you need some of these really high tier sprinklers to grow the fruit extra big. So if you get lucky and get the monster mutation on it and it's already growing way bigger, it'll be like super huge, like taking up half the map huge sometimes. If you've ever seen any videos about that, like, some people actually have plants that take up half the map. It's pretty funny. But even with the events, it takes a while to craft cosmetics and craft all these different items. Every hour the summer harvest event starts. This is just the current event in the game, and you can only put all the stuff into the harvest to get these rewards every hour. So it keeps you coming back, and a lot of people see these time constraints and these shop restocks as a bad thing, and I completely understand why you can see it like that, but I also don't see it as like a super bad thing. Like, it's not a malicious thing to do, and I mean, it's just how their game works. There's nothing actually actually wrong with it, but it's a good mind trick to really get people to come back. They have to always be constantly checking if there's really rare stuff. Check the shop, check the shop, check the shop, see if the best seeds are in there yet, over and over and over. But at the same time, they could just make the best seeds take hours to get through some sort of really hard quest system. So either way, people are staying on the game for a long time. It's just a different method. And I feel like a lot less people would be complaining if it was like a really hard quest system to get the best stuff in the seed shop instead of having to wait for it to randomly appear over and over and over. But yeah, a lot of the stuff in the 8th reason were sort of negative. These are the main criticisms that I've heard about the game. These are the main criticisms that I've heard about the game, and some criticism I've heard is just completely false. Like, I've heard that the game is 90% bots. 90%. Like, no. There's obviously a percentage of bots on every single Roblox game that has a decent amount of players, but most simulator games before the big bot wipe not too long ago, most simulator games had like 50-60% bots as their player base, and Grow a Garden had way less percentage, even though they had way more players. Grow a Garden is averaging about 1.5 to 3.5 million players like all week the past couple weeks, and the past couple updates it hit like 16 million, and then this past update it literally hit like 21 or 22 million. I would have to check the screenshot again, but I'm pretty sure it hit 22 million this most recent update. So yeah, we have another update in just 2 days on this game, and who knows, it could hit 25, 30 million, 40 million on one of these updates. I know it sounds crazy, but this game is really going viral around the world, and for a lot of the reasons I listed, like the very first reason, no need to spend money, it's simple to play for everyone. Reason number 2, it appeals to everyone of all age groups, all types of people that like different types of things. For all the reasons that I just listed, that's why I think this game is so popular, and that's how I think they broke these world records. It's just a perfect formula, and some people that are like die-hard grinders on simulator games or fighting games, they just don't understand it because they play different types of games. But that's fine. Not everyone has to understand it, but I made this video for people to understand, so hopefully I gave a pretty good explanation. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to hit the like button, comment some ideas for more future videos down below, and subscribe if you have not already. I'll see you all in the next one very soon. Peace out, everybody.